What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. When I talk about Terra Luna Classic, I love to mention, the fact that I'm a big fan of burns because I am, right? I didn't realize this microphone was literally in the shot this whole entire time. It's weird. But when I talk about Terra Luna Classic, I'm always talking about, you know, the burns and why I believe in these burns. It's not necessarily to increase my bag, right? I've always been a supporter of the chain. I've always understood what burns can actually do. And most people may be stuck in the ways of seeing everything kind of stay the same volume wise, but you're not going to, right? I'm not necessarily saying that the volume will decrease or increase. The volume will do what it does based on what happens within the market. 1% tax, a 0.5% tax will not make a difference in exactly what happens volume wise. Maybe on chain, depending on what builders do and how their transactions flow, that could be the case. But we're not seeing much of that. When we talk about off chain, there are plenty of projects that survive with a burn. There are not a lot of exchanges that will allow you to burn throughout your project. If you have a standard process within your project on chain, they won't transition that over on chain just because they feel like it. They control everything that they do. But right now, the Terra Luna Classic community is kind of torn to pieces, right? We're all over the place. And I think it's a problem. A lot of people have addressed this problem. I have addressed it plenty of times. There is a huge problem in this community where we don't agree on anything. We don't have that centralization that others do have to make a decision. We decide to put something out there, and when we put something out there and it passes, there's a whole nother group of people that want to take that thing away that you just did. So whether it be the burn tax or whether it be, something else, implementing some people into a leadership role, right? It doesn't matter. There's always people that will want to take that person out of there that does not like the decision that has been made. And I think we need to stop this, right? We need to see things through. With everything that we've done, we've backtracked. Everything. The 1.2% burn tax, we backtracked in a matter of 3 weeks. The 0.2% burn tax, yes, we backtracked and we ended up seeing that go up to a 0.5% burn tax. However, it wasn't at a 99% vote, and neither was decreasing the burn tax to 0.2%. It was a larger vote to decrease it because they thought that that was the reason why volume, and you had a lot of people pushing these narratives saying that volume decreased because of the 1.2%, when in reality it just decreased because there was no interest to do anything on chain. Volume overall decreased because volume overall decreased for everything, not just Terra Luna Classic, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Shiba Inu, everything. Shiba Inu used to consistently see no less than $700 million worth of volume every single day. And now we're seeing maybe $100 million, if that. And sometimes when we have more bullish days, we'll see 200 million. We'll see 300 million, and maybe we'll get to the point where it sees a lot and we see, 500 or even close in on a billion. Seeing a billion for Terra Luna Classic the one day that we saw was amazing. Fantastic. It was like 1.5 billion, 1.4 billion. And seeing the market cap get up to those levels was amazing as well. But it's not something that's going to be consistent in something that's not a bear market yet. We're not going to see that money that's flowing through it because money is not flowing through the crypto market. And that's what we need to understand. So with all the people that have their own narratives saying the reason why, volume decreased is because of the burn tax, that's not the case. So the point of this video and why I'm making it is because I think Binance is waiting on us. While we have went a full year plus of them, burning and, keeping up with the burns and doing everything that they said they're going to do, we don't know if they're going to continue to support this. We really don't know. What's their angle? What's the reason why they're doing that? Maybe they're waiting for us as a community to come together to believe in it, to even set somebody in charge, only allow somebody or some team to put through proposals rather than have everybody else be able to put through these proposals. Yes, we can still vote on it. Yes, we can still make some of these moves and do that, but have a true leader. This is the difference, right? With having Do Kwon and not having Do Kwon, having a true leader and not having a true leader. Things are in shambles. Things are making sense, and they can make a decision. Yes, they may go against some things, and you may have to, Do Kwon may have to talk their way to the validators and say, look, this is exactly why we're doing this and what we plan on doing. We need the validators to vote yes, and then they end up voting yes because we have a leader and a leader that people can follow, right? But then right now we don't have that. We don't have any type of leader. We have a lot of people that are trying to be leaders, that are trying to be the big dog on campus, right? That's we don't have that. We don't. But what we do need to do is come together and see what they're trying to do. If Binance is burning, then we should be burning as well. We should be, if they're looking to burn their own money is what they're doing. They're looking to burn their own money, then we should be burning as well. We should be decreasing that supply because, again, it's not about the volume right now. Even though I think volume will not be affected, it's not about the volume. What it's about is recovery. That's all that it's about. And then when we get to full recovery, people will want to create on the chain. They will want to build on the chain. You'll see a lot of volume that happens on chain. We can develop these things as we see the burns that are happening on these exchanges and on chain. We can see that now once we hit a certain level and we get to repeg and re-enable the algorithm and all that stuff, we don't need the burns that are associated there. We don't need the burns that are associated here. But you know what we can see? We can now see people are building on chain, creating volume and whatever they wanted to build because the interest is there. Getting back to where it once was is there. If we have a plan, then all of that interest comes back. But right now, the reason why we don't have as much interest into it, the reason why these videos that we create, like I could create XRP videos if I wanted to and gain, probably 5,000 more views or something like that. The reason why I'm consistently making Terra Luna Classic videos is because I believe in the chain. I believe in the community. I don't want to just make a video just because of the views, even though that is a big part of, my revenue and how I pay bills. I want to make videos about the things that I'm most passionate about. I don't care about my bag. I've given away more than 10 or 15 million Terra Luna Classic. If I cared about my bag that much, why would I give away that much? Like, I'm not trying to pump my own bag here. What I'm trying to do is bring the community together, understand a true path, and go with that path. Because right now, what we're doing right now is saying that we're focusing on utility, but not taking action. Nobody is taking that action to build the utility that's necessary to see the volume and see the burns that could happen, right? Nobody is setting up a repeg or agreeing on a repeg strategy and plan in order to maybe see the burns happen through there, even though I think that won't happen. So if we're not taking action here, we need to find a place to take action. And I think Binance is waiting on us. I think Binance is waiting for us to come together and say, we need the entire community to reach out to these exchanges and go, we want the 0.5% burn tax. We're a community, we're together. This is how we recover the chain. That's it. And continue our message, continue to push our message to every single exchange so that they can help us recover. We can show them the path forward. We don't have to just offer them incentives, right? Because I've heard of people saying we should offer the exchanges a bunch of incentives in order to do this. We don't have to offer them incentives. If we need to find a way to offer them incentives, if that's what they need, then we will find a way to do that, but we don't have to. What we have to do is just tell them what our message is and what we're trying to do, what our plan is. And we can't do that because we don't have it. One side thinks we should do this, one side thinks we should do that. But if this side wants to focus on chain and doesn't care about the off-chain volume, you're showing that you don't care about exchanges anyways, that volume is irrelevant to you. But that volume is relevant. The more that we see that, the more money that we see flow into Terra Luna Classic, the price gains that we can see. But it's not doing anything long term for this project. It's doing everything short term that we don't want. A price pump, and then, people get out. It goes up to 0.00027, and then we get out of the position, right? That's basically what people have done. We don't want the short-term plays. We don't want the short-term mindset within this play. We want the long-term mindset. What is it going to be? What are they going to do? Right now, we don't know what they're going to do. In our brain, we don't know what it's going to do. So let's figure that out together. Like, I don't want to create any more negativity. I hate the fact that so many people will be so negative on both sides. I really don't. I just want to bring everyone together. And this is why I put out posts talking about Terra Luna Classic. I literally put out a post today, just a few minutes ago, I guess it says 39 seconds ago, but that's not right. It should be about 10 minutes ago, to where I put out a post in response to Richard Tang, the CEO of Binance, the new CEO of Binance. And he asked, what feedback and suggestions do you have for Binance? I mean, if you could agree to burning 0.5% of all Luna transactions to support the classic chain recovery, that would be great. These are the type of things that we need to say. It's not saying like, hey, do this or we boycott. It's not saying do this or we give up on your exchange, or we talk a bunch of stuff on your exchange. That's not the case, right? We care about Terra Luna Classic. Binance has shown that they cared about Terra Luna Classic by burning for so long. And who really knows exactly how long they're going to be burning for until they go, you know what? We wanted you to do something. You didn't do anything. And we give up burning with your project. Then what happens? Now we don't see any burning. We don't see any utility. And a lot of the popularity completely dies off. So let's try and have a discussion. There are some people out there with connections that I don't have with Binance, connections that I don't have with KuCoin, connections that I don't have with MEXC, and we need to find a way to communicate with them. Sit down in a meeting, have a 5-second phone call, it doesn't matter, saying, this is what our plan is. Can you support it? Can you agree to doing this? That's what we need. I don't have those connections. I need everybody else to help as well. And we can build those connections together. So if you think that this is sad, that we're trying to create a way to burn down the supply and get the recovery, then so be it. Feel like it's sad all you want. But the point is that we need to recover this, and we need to do this before all hope is lost within Terra Luna Classic. And I don't want that to happen, because I like this project. It has a lot of upside to it. And the only downside to it is us, the community. We're divided, and we need to not be. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.